My name is Jim Clendenning. I met my big brother Jerry Foisy 48 years ago. I got involved with Big Brothers through my mother's wishes. My father passed away in 1967, and it was just her and I at home. My other siblings were older than quite substantially and off to school in their own lives, so it was Mom and I, and she got me involved with Big Brothers, and that's how I met Jerry Foisy. Jerry lived in Tempsford, which was about a half-hour bike ride. So sometimes when I was a little bit older, I'd ride my bike out to visit him on the day. He was a barber at the time, and we always had a good time whenever we were together. The impact of having a big brother was knowing that he was always there, and you could talk about anything with him, and he would take you and do things that if I didn't have a big brother, I wouldn't have done. 48 years now, Jerry and I have been good friends. It's never wavered, and to this day, we are still as close as we were 48 years ago.
I got involved with Big Brothers because I was a barber at the time, back in the early 70s, and this gentleman came in, I cut his hair, and he introduced himself as Mr. Jim Schofield from the Children's Aid Society, and asked me if I'd be interested in becoming a Big Brother. And I told him I didn't know what a Big Brother was, really. Well, he asked me questions first about my life and all that stuff, so I had to explain to him that I had polio when I was a child. And he said, well, that's interesting. He says, I think I have the perfect match for you, a boy that's had the same thing pretty well as you. And so he explained about Jimmy. So when Mr. Schofield approached me the second time, I came in the barbershop again, and he asked me had I considered becoming a Big Brother, and I said, yes. My wife and I had girls, only girls. So that was a perfect opportunity for me to say, hey, I'm going to get a boy. The first time I met Jimmy, I knew we were going to click. I just knew it then, because he was like the boy I never had. So the first outing Jimmy had, I think, was we went fishing. I asked him if he liked fishing. He wasn't sure about it, but I took him fishing. I almost made him a fisherman, but he never caught anything much. As Jimmy and I got older, our relationship did not change. We've never had a bad word amongst each other, never, that I can recall. And it's been great ever since.
Jerry's been part of our life, and he always will be. When our son was born, Stephen, 29 years ago, it came time to find a godfather. There was no one ever, other than Jerry, considered for it.
It blew my mind. Blew my mind away because I'd never done that, and it was great to be asked, and I was honored to be asked.
And to this day, Jerry and my son, we still get golfing every year.
Yes.
The relationship Jerry and I had was as strong as when we first met. We'd still continue to do things with each other, with our families, and there was no big event in my life that Jerry wasn't invited to.
It was like having a son that I never had, you know. It was great.
And the impact it had on me was definitely to have a role model that I knew if you wanted to go through life the right way, that was the way.
Anyone considering becoming a Big Brother, I would recommend it highly, because it's been an experience I'll never forget, of course, and we're still Big Brother and Little Brother.
Not in height.
Not in height.
There's no doubt that mentoring has been working remarkably well. The number one key component to a young person's success is that they have had at least one positive role model in their life, in addition to their parent or guardian. As our society continues to evolve and expand, our programs expand as well. We are listening to our community's needs, and we are responding. We have a brand new look that focuses on the power of three: the family, the big, and the organization. Today we are connected more than we ever have been, especially technologically. However, it is important that we remain connected genuinely through face-to-face relationships. And our new brand helps us to remember that. The future of Big Brothers Big Sisters is bright as we ignite the power and the potential of young people in Oxford County. We are bigger together.